Okay, perfect. Yeah, so what we call the data set.
Yannick, hang on a second. I'm just gonna share the screen, make you the presenter.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Hang on a second. It'd be a lot easier if we saw something. Right, there you go.
Small detail.
Yeah, that's all in the details. There you go. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I can see
So
the screen there.
yeah, are we seeing the good screen? Because I have two screens, so I don't know if it's the right one.
Right now, I see you're biking, I think, with your family, and I see your gestionnaire de tâches.
Okay, so here.
There we go. Okay, we got it. Okay,
perfect.
thanks. Good.
It's not too small? No, no.
Everything's good.
Okay, perfect. So this is what we call a data set. It's more it's an SQL view with all already built in all the links necessary to extract the information on what we want to get for the reporting purposes. So that data set, it's the one created for the sales. So I've got all the information coming from the invoice and from the credit notes, with all the links already built in. So it's easier to work with a data set like this instead of trying to rebuild the data yourself. So so that's the data set. So if we start building a report with Crystel, we can use that view directly to create a report in Crystel. So that's what we are gonna show. So the Crystel report it's free. It's coming all with SAP, so it can be installed on every workstation. And if we start, by example, I have already a built-in report sales by customer. So if I want to reproduce that same report, then we want to create a new one. So we go in new blank report, and it will open automatically a data connection. So there's most of the time when we are working on if it's not the first time we work on Crystel, the connection will always be there, the previous one. So we can continue to use the same one. If we have to establish a connection, then we have to create that new connection. Most of the time, I think the connector that we're going to use, the OLEDB, that's one that works fine. We don't even use the SAP Business One. We use this one, OLE. It works fine. And if we double click, we select the SQL Server connector, and then we provide the information on the server. On my case, it's Surface Pro 3 user ID. It's the SQL user ID, the password, and the database we want to work. I don't need to recreate that because I have already mine created. So if I close this and restart a new report, let me close this one. File, new blank report. So I have already mine created. So you will have to provide the password. Myself, I prefer always to create a specific user for that, not necessarily the SA, which SA has all the rights. So most of the time I will create another one with the necessary right to create report, but not necessarily do updates or to execute to avoid having to modify the tables, or just for that purpose, I will create a new user. So, but in my case, I will use the SA for now, with connected to the SBO demo CA. So you have to know at least these credentials from USQL server to know which server, the name of the server, and the name of the database. And when it's the connection is established, we have to select where the data set is located. So the data set, it's a view. It could be, we could work on a store proc, we could work directly on the tables, but the data set got all the link between the tables. If I pick up the cells, by example, the cells detail, and I select it, I click OK, I will get all the fields that I need to build my report. So all the fields that it's included in the data set. Now we are ready to work on a report. So we can put already the fields just by drag and drop the fields. So let's see, we built a report sales by customer. So customer number, customer name, and let's see the sales. The sales will do something because most of the time we will pick up a range of dates. We don't want to get all because if I put the sales as it is right now, I will get all the sales from the start of the company. So if I want to include a range of dates, then I will have to create a short formula here. But I have to first to create parameters for the dates. So the parameters are used to filter the report or to filter the data set to some specific data. So in our case, it will be dates. By example, I will add the parameters on the date. So I create just here a right click on parameters field. I will select one date from. I can type whatever the name I want, date from, and it's a type date. Click OK, and I will create another one, date 2. It's a date. Okay. So I can already put these two fields into my report. It will be on the other part if that's the right. And I will insert just a text box just to identify. Too fast. I will just make it delete. No, let's delete it here from. It's a bit too not wide enough, but that's something you can fix after. And 2. So I've got my parameters. So then I have to create a quick formula for the cells just to make sure I got the cells only between these two dates. So we create on the small function here, the small f. I create a new field. I can call it cells anyway. Can give the name I want. And here I will just get the sum. No, sorry, if the dug date is superior or equal to my parameters field, which is from, date from, and the dug date inferior or equal to my date 2. So if the date is between these two dates, then I select the field, the sales. There's my again sales. Otherwise, put 0. So I can just do a quick checkout. No error found. That's perfect. Save and close. And then I've got my new field that will be filtered with the parameters. So I can take and grab and drag it here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. And here we can align these fields a little bit up here I can remove the underline. I can add lines if I want to, just to make it different. And so I got my sales detail, and then just right away, if I want to have a print, a preview of that, I can get some data right away. Just to so it gives so as you see, it gives all the sales. So it's not necessarily what we want. So we have to complete, but right now what is returning back, it's all the data sets. So it's all the transaction. It could be many pages long. So, but what we want.
Yannick, I think there's a problem with your microphone. I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Yannick, we can't hear anything. Okay, just a second, guys. I'm going to try and reach him here. Yannick.
Hi.
Yannick, you're back? Okay, we missed you there for about 30 seconds. We couldn't hear anything.
I got someone me with a big feedback.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of feedback on my speaker.
Okay. We can hear you though.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
I'll continue.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Could you just back up though, to what we just missed?
Why? Because you lost me?
Yeah. Well, did anybody else? Maybe it's my mic that got out, but I couldn't hear you. I don't know if anybody else had that little time frame that we didn't hear anything, but
I don't know.
Okay. Well, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. I hope everybody are listening.
They are. Okay.
Okay. So if I continue here, the group header, we won't need this one, so we can remove that field, and we can use the group folder here. So that will be the same field we're gonna put there. So it's the customer number here, customer name. And here it will be a sum. My God, I remember. And here it will be a sum of my sales in so that's so what we're gonna add, it's a sum field. So it's a summarized field on the sales, on my field sales. It's the calculation will be a sum. And I can add on separately on the grand total on the report footer, or on the group level, which is the customer number. I can add it on both, and it will be happier here, the sum of the sales. So right away we'll be able to see a report with the sum, the sales per customer. We don't need in that way to see the details. So the detail we can just go on the group section expert here, and just select the detail section, and we can just hide the details. So you will see it will put that in the gray. So normally if we run that, we'll see right away there's a total of sales per customer, and the total at the end 3,925 is the grand total. So then after that, on the design part, we can add whatever we want. So we can add text or image if we want to put the company logo or Acme here, the demo database, it's Acme Canada. We can make it bigger. We can do the fine tuning like this, and then insert text object and the report title. So it will be sales per customer. And here we can bit bigger too. So this is my report. We can add some specifics. The special field, it's already built in. So the data dates, so the data report get refreshed, and the number, you see the page number if we want to add. So we can add some specific field like this. And what else also? It's we have pretty much all the fields. We can suppress also the 0 here, because we don't need necessarily to see customer with 0. So we go again in the section expert. So the group footer, I will say, so it's always here we control the appearance of the groups. So we don't want to. We can suppress the all section, but that's not what we want. But we can have some criteria, so a formula to say, okay, so if let's say if it's a formula, if so the way we read that, it's a suppress criteria. So if it falls into that criteria on that formula, then it will suppress the line. So if the sales are at 0, it will suppress the line. So we just have to enter to see that's the total sales by customer. So we have to select the customer number, which is the group. If that combination equal to 0, then you suppress. So we can double click here. Whoops, I'm missing what I'm missing here. Oh, sorry, it's it's not a thing. If the sum is so if the sum of the sales are 0, we don't want to see. So we don't see the sales, the customer that the sales are at 0. So it's and then you can continue to format the field if you want. If you want to change the date format, the size of the fonts, we can do whatever we want. So it's pretty much done. Now we save it. So I'm gonna save it into my desktop, and I'm gonna call it. I think I have already the name, sales per customer. So we can save it under that name. So we'll replace this one. Oh, it's already so file, save as, or give another name. Sales reports. Demo. And that's it. We close this. We go into SAP. Oh, we go into SAP, and SAP you got in the administration, you go into the setup, general, and we can control pretty much all the layout and the reports from there, the report and layout manager. We want to create, to import that new report that we just created. So we click on import. Next. We select the file we want to import. This is on my desktop. We call it sales report. Anyway, I missed the T. It's not a layout. Layout will be used for more for even for forms. Report. So we select the report, and it will, and we have to tell to SAP where that report will show up. So we're going to put it into the sales report. We click OK, finish. It's done. So now the import has been done. So if we go into our sales report, sales report demo is there. So if we click on this, then the parameter will appear. So we can select the date we want, 1st of January, let's say, to the end of October. Click on this, and we have the report we have just created. So it's the sales per customer with the total here. We can move it down, and we can adjust the report the way we want. But that's the way to. So it's one way to use the data sets to create report directly with Crystel. And it avoids to have to find exactly where I can find that field I need that. So that data sets provide pretty much all the fields that you need to build a report like this. If there's something missing, it's easy to add UDF if you have some specific data that you would like to see or to group by, or so that's the. So that's the one way to use these data sets, by using Crystel reports with SAP.
We have actually, there are other ways. This today was to show you to working with Crystel reports, but what is it? The other one, we had one the other day that was using data sets with Microsoft Power BI, and in that demo, Daniel Carrière really went in and he shows you what these data sets are, and you can use these data sets with other things too, like with Microsoft Power BI, Crystel Report. There's a lot of different things that you can do with them, and even our next session that we have in 2 weeks is going to be on Microsoft Power BI with SAP. So it's just different ways that you can use them. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's the same data set that it can be used for both. For any tools or any reporting tools, it's the same data set that we can use.
Yeah, they have the Forgestik has sales data sets, they have purchasing data sets, they have inventory and financials, and Yannick made a really nice one too on financials with an Excel drill down. Really interesting. So does anybody have any questions? Nobody has any questions? Well, did you have anything else, Yannick, to cover?
No.
That's it. All right. Well,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
That was really interesting. Thanks so much, Yannick. So everybody, our next session, like I just said, is going to be on November 17th. We're going to be covering Microsoft Power BI with SAP. If someone wants a copy of this recording, just send me an email. And if you want a copy of the recording of the one that we had on the data sets, that might give you a bit more information on what they are, just again, send me an email. I have, you've got our support desk here. Just a sec. I'm just going to bring back just a second here. Yeah, Nick, I'm just going to take back the screen so that I can share the contact.
Yeah, sure.
Like make presenter. There we go. Okay. Can everybody see my screen? You're the new presenter. This should work. So there you go. So this is the support desk. If you have any questions, technical support, just send an email to the support desk. And if you want copies of anything, you've got my email down there at the bottom. So thanks everybody for coming, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, Yannick.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.